The TV show Deadliest Catch has been one of the most popular reality series on television for more than 2 decades. The show first aired in 2005 on Discovery Channel, and it gave viewers an inside look into the dangerous world of Alaskan crab fishing. Fans quickly became attached to the fishermen who risked their lives in the freezing waters of the Bering Sea. Over the years, we have watched them battle storms, ice, injuries, exhaustion, and personal struggles while chasing valuable crab catches. Some of these stars became household names, admired for their bravery and hard work. But as time went on, many fans began to wonder what happened to them after the cameras stopped rolling. Some continued to fish, some started new careers, and sadly, a few passed away or faced difficult life challenges. In this article, we will look at several well-known stars of Deadliest Catch and share how they are doing now. These stories show the highs and lows of a very dangerous career and also remind us that behind the cameras, these fishermen are regular people facing real struggles. Scott Campbell Jr. joined Deadliest Catch in Season 7 as the captain of the Seabrook. Born into a family of fishermen, Scott grew up learning the trade and naturally followed in his father's footsteps. On the show, he quickly became a fan favorite because of his high energy, clever fishing methods, and passion for the sea. Fans loved watching his determination during tough times at sea, and many considered him one of the most skilled fishermen on the show. Unfortunately, his career was interrupted when he developed severe back problems. Fishing in freezing conditions is already hard enough, but when you have chronic pain, it becomes nearly impossible. The physical demands of sitting long hours in the wheelhouse and managing storms eventually forced Scott to leave the show after Season 10. For fans, his departure was disappointing because he brought so much excitement to the screen. But Scott did not give up. He made a comeback in Season 16 and 17, first returning to the Seabrook and later captaining the Lady Alaska. Outside of fishing, he also proved to be a successful businessman. He created Cordova Outdoors, a company that produces high-end coolers and outdoor products. In 2023, he began another venture called Beaver Creek Firewood. Today, Scott continues to inspire fans by showing that even when life throws challenges, determination can help you rise again. Mike Fortner worked for years as a deckhand on the fishing vessel Time Bandit. Like many crab fishermen, his career was filled with long hours at sea, icy storms, and constant danger. But the hardest decision of his life came in 2013 when his wife was expecting twins. Mike had spent almost 10 months of every year on the water, leaving very little time for family. When faced with the chance to become a father, he knew something had to change. In the Season 9 finale, he made an emotional decision to retire from crab fishing. With tears in his eyes, he explained that he wanted to be remembered as Mike, the good husband and dad, rather than just Mike from the Time Bandit. Fans respected his choice because it showed the human side of these fishermen who often sacrifice family for work. After leaving fishing, Mike did not completely step away from the sea. He began working with Cummins Sales and Service, selling marine equipment across the West Coast, including Alaska. This job allowed him to use his fishing knowledge while staying closer to home with his wife and daughters. Today, Mike lives in Washington, enjoying family life while still staying connected to the marine industry. His story is a touching reminder that sometimes the bravest decision is walking away from danger to put family first. Dean Gribble Jr. is one of the fishermen whose story shows the true dangers of crab fishing. While he only appeared in a few episodes of Deadliest Catch, his life took a dramatic turn in December 2019. Dean was working on the fishing vessel Scandies Rose when tragedy struck. The ship hit floating ice, suffered a hole on its starboard side, and eventually sank. Out of the 7 crew members on board, only to survive Dean Gribble and John Lawler. The 2 men managed to escape in a life raft and were rescued by the Coast Guard, but the rest of the crew, including the captain and his son, were lost. The incident was heartbreaking and made national headlines. Dean and John were treated for hypothermia, and while they were lucky to survive, the trauma stayed with them. After such a close call, Dean took time away from crab fishing to heal and spend time with family. However, his love for the ocean never faded. In time, he returned to fishing, though in safer waters. He now shares updates on his fishing life on social media under the name King Craba Dean's survival story is one of the most powerful reminders of why the Bering Sea is considered one of the deadliest places on Earth. Captain Wild Bill Viharsky joined Deadliest Catch later than some of the original stars, but he quickly became one of the most recognizable personalities. Known for his adventurous spirit, leadership, and sharp decision-making skills, he commanded respect from fans and crew alike. Bill captained the Summer Bay and was admired for putting safety first, something that helped him and his team survive where many others failed. However, his life took a difficult turn at the end of Season 19 in 2023, when he revealed that he had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. For fans, this was shocking news, especially since Bill was seen as tough and nearly invincible. He stepped back from fishing to focus on treatment and did not appear in Season 21. Thankfully, Bill refused to give up. In 2024, he returned to the show, sharing updates about his health journey. In early 2025, he happily announced that he appeared to be cancer-free and that his treatments were successful. Fans celebrated his resilience, and his story continues to inspire many who face health battles. Wild Bill's journey shows that real courage is not just about fighting storms at sea but also about facing personal struggles head-on. The Discovery Channel's Deadliest Catch has captured the attention of millions of viewers around the world since it first aired in 2005. The show takes audiences deep into the icy and stormy waters of the Bering Sea, where crab fishermen face life-threatening conditions just to earn a living. What makes the series so unique is not only the extreme environment but also the people who work there. Over the years, fans have formed strong connections with the fishermen, watching their struggles, victories, tragedies, and personal battles unfold on screen. These men were not actors but real people risking their lives for crab fishing, which made their stories more powerful and emotional. Many viewers still wonder what happened to their favorite stars after the cameras stopped rolling. Some have continued their careers at sea, some moved into new businesses, while others faced health problems or personal tragedies. Sadly, a few cast members are no longer alive. In this article, we will revisit some of the most memorable stars from Deadliest Catch and explore how their lives have unfolded since their time on the show. From heroic comebacks to heartbreaking losses, their stories highlight both the dangers of the sea and the strength of the human spirit. Scott Campbell Jr., often called Junior, became a fan favorite after joining Deadliest Catch in Season 7. He captained the Seabrook and impressed viewers with his fearless approach to the dangerous waters of Alaska. Born into a family of fishermen, Scott had the sea in his blood. He carried on his father's legacy and quickly built a reputation for being smart, daring, and hardworking. Fans loved watching him face the worst storms with confidence and humor. However, his promising career came to a sudden halt after Season 10 when he suffered from chronic back problems. The intense physical demands of crab fishing and long hours at sea made his pain unbearable. Scott was forced to step away from fishing, leaving fans disappointed. But his story did not end there. After years of recovery, he made a surprising comeback in Season 16 and later appeared in Season 17, first returning to the Seabrook and then captaining the Lady Alaska. Beyond fishing, Scott showed his business skills by launching Cordova Outdoors, a company known for premium outdoor products like coolers. In 2023, he also started Beaver Creek Firewood. Today, he remains active both in business and fishing, proving that determination and resilience can overcome even the toughest setbacks. Mike Fortner's story is a heartwarming example of how family can change everything. He worked as a deckhand on the Time Bandit, one of the most popular vessels featured on Deadliest Catch. Fans admired his dedication, strength, and loyalty to the crew. But in 2013, during Season 9, Mike made an emotional decision that touched many viewers. His wife was expecting twin daughters, and Mike realized that his demanding fishing schedule kept him away from home almost 10 months out of the year. He wanted to be more than just a fisherman, he wanted to be a present father and husband. During the season finale, he tearfully announced his retirement, saying he would rather be remembered as Mike the Good Dad than just another fisherman. After leaving the show, Mike built a new life in Washington. He began working with Cummins Sales and Service, selling marine equipment throughout the West Coast, including Alaska. This allowed him to use his fishing experience while enjoying family life. Today, Mike lives happily with his wife and daughters, proving that sometimes the bravest choice is stepping away from danger to protect the people you love most. Fans still remember him fondly, not just for his time on the Time Bandit but for the personal sacrifice he made for family. Dean Bell Jr. may not have been one of the main stars of Deadliest Catch, but his real-life survival story made headlines around the world. In December 2019, Dean was working on the fishing vessel Scandies Rose when tragedy struck. The ship hit ice and developed a hole in its starboard side. Within minutes, the vessel began to sink in the freezing waters of the Bering Sea. Of the 7 crew members on board, only Dean and John Lawler managed to survive. They climbed into a life raft and were later rescued by the Coast Guard. The other 5 men, including the captain and his son, were lost at sea. The disaster shocked both fans and the fishing community. Dean, who had appeared in earlier episodes of Deadliest Catch, spoke publicly about the terrifying experience. He described the ordeal as the longest night of his life, battling freezing temperatures and praying for rescue. After the tragedy, Dean stepped back from crab fishing for a while to recover emotionally and spend more time with his family. However, his love for the sea never faded. He eventually returned to fishing and began sharing updates with fans on social media. Where he goes by the name King Craba, his survival story stands as one of the most powerful reminders of the dangers fishermen face every day. Captain Bill V., better known as Wild Bill, is one of the most recognizable captains in Deadliest Catch history. A Navy veteran turned fisherman, he joined the series later than some, but quickly won fans with his leadership and sense of humor. As captain of the Summer Bay, Wild Bill became known for putting safety first while still taking big risks to bring in crab. His no-nonsense style earned him respect both on and off the screen. However, in 2023, during the finale of season 19, Bill shocked fans when he revealed that he had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. This news came as a blow, especially since he had always been seen as strong and nearly unstoppable. Bill stepped back from the show to focus on treatment and did not appear in season 21. Thankfully, his story has a positive turn. In early 2025, Bill announced that his treatment was successful and he appeared to be king. He shared his gratitude with fans and thanked them for their support during his health battle. His story shows that courage is not just about facing storms at sea, but also about fighting personal battles with the same determination. Wild Bill's resilience continues to inspire both viewers and fellow fishermen. Edgar Hansen, the younger brother of Sig Hansen, worked as the deck boss on the Northwestern. He was known for his incredible fishing skills, quick humor, and the way he kept the crew motivated. Fans loved his dynamic with his brother Sig, and many considered him one of the best workers on the show. However, Edgar's time on Deadliest Catch ended in controversy. In 2018, he pled guilty to assault charges, which caused him to step away from the spotlight. Since then, he has mostly lived a private life, working quietly and avoiding media attention. Some fans have expressed disappointment because Edgar was such a big part of the Northwestern's success. Others respect his decision to stay out of the public eye after his legal troubles. While he has occasionally been spotted in fishing updates, Edgar has not returned to the show. His story is a reminder that while Deadliest Catch showcased exciting adventures, the cast members also faced personal struggles that affected their careers. Josh Harris, son of the legendary Captain Phil Harris, has one of the most emotional stories in Deadliest Catch. When Phil passed away in 2010 from a stroke, fans watched as Josh and his brother Jake struggled with the loss. Josh eventually took command of the Cornelia Marie, carrying on his father's legacy. For years, fans admired him for stepping into such big shoes and continuing the family tradition. He also appeared in the spin-off Deadliest Catch, Bloodline, where he explored his father's old fishing maps in Hawaii. However, Josh's journey has not been without controversy. In recent years, reports surfaced about legal issues and past allegations, which caused him to step away from the show. As of 2025, Josh has kept a low profile, focusing on personal matters and staying out of the public spotlight. His story remains complicated. While many fans admired his courage to carry on his father's work, others remain disappointed by his controversies. Still, Josh Harris is remembered as part of Deadliest Catch history, connected forever to the legacy of Phil Harris. Jason King, better known as King Crab, appeared as a deckhand on the Seabrook and quickly stood out for his work ethic. He faced storms, freezing temperatures, and endless hours with determination. After his time on the show, Jason continued to work in fishing, but also tried different career paths. Like many cast members, he stayed connected to the sea, but enjoyed sharing his life with fans online. His updates often showed the lighter side of fishing, proving that despite the dangers, crab fishermen also share laughter and friendship. Jason may not have had the same fame as the big captains, but fans remember him for his energy and positive spirit. His story shows how even supporting characters on Deadliest Catch made an impact on viewers. Zach Larson, son of Captain Wild Bill Byharski, joined Deadliest Catch as a young deck. Fans enjoyed watching the father and son relationship unfold, with Bill teaching Zach the ropes while also holding him to high standards. Like many young fishermen, Zach faced struggles with discipline and adjusting to the tough life at sea. Over time, he grew more skilled and independent, proving himself to the crew and to his father. After leaving the show, Zach continued to work in the fishing industry and built a life outside of television.